Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to our Ultimate Decades Challenge. If you missed it, our heir here, Sir Edward the Archer, met the king and the queen in the last video, and we spent some time with him at the castle. And Edward and the queen got along very well, and some of you were a little bit pressed that that relationship didn't result in a bit more spice. I'm not sure that our boy Edward here is one who would indulge in a little treason. But let me know down in the comments below how you feel about that. I don't know. I was thinking maybe the queen could become a little bit obsessed with him, but obviously not be able to act on that. I don't know. I just don't feel like Edward would be one to do that. However, before we get too far into that, let's take a look at what happened around the farm while Edward was gone during the year 1343. Edward made it back to the farm just in time to find that his wife was really struggling with her pregnancy. She reported to the midwife that she felt early labor signs and it was some of the worst that she had experienced yet. So when Edward got there, he was met with rage, and his wife let him know that she blames him for putting her in this state, that she does not want this at all, and yet he does not have to pay the consequences whatsoever. And so she said, "You are sticking with me through this labor. You are not getting away from it this time. You are going to witness exactly what I go through." And Edward, being the man that he is, he really steps up to the plate, lets Joan know that what she is doing is an amazing and beautiful thing, and they become more affectionate with each other than they were in the past, and Edward really nurtures and comforts her during this time. And when the midwife lets them know that it is actually time to start pushing, Joan insists that Edward sticks around for that process, and Edward Squire delivers his own baby, and he is just astounded by what he sees, that his wife is able to do something like that with her body, and it kind of gives him a new appreciation for this whole process and what it requires to bring life into this world. And as you can see, they experience a beautiful moment with each other, especially when the baby is actually pushed out. Edward cannot believe that a woman is able to do this. He watches in amazement as his baby comes into the world, and he feels a bond with his wife and that child that he has never felt before. Gives her a kiss, tells her that she has done an amazing job. And this is Frederick Squire, second in line to inherit the Squire farm. Hello, my beautiful people. If you missed it, we are raising money on the channel for Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish reached out to me, asked to partner. I said, you know what? Absolutely. It gives me a reason to get back on live stream again. I am so looking forward to this. We're going to hang out. We're going to watch my silly dogs being silly as usual. I have missed it so much. If you cannot make it, we are going to be live streaming pretty much all day on December 21st. I know it's a weekday. I'm sorry. From around 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern time. There will be breaks in there. Please, more than one, because I drink a lot of Gatorade. But for the most part, we're going to be streaming all day. We're going to drink hot cocoa. We're going to have a good time. And if you can't make it, the link is below. If you can contribute any amount, it would be greatly appreciated. I know that it is an incredibly rough time for people around the world right now. And even if you just come hang out on the 21st, it would be appreciated so much. I know it's difficult to give when everyone is struggling a little bit themselves. I did set the campaign amount, the goal, based on like a month of my YouTube YouTube earnings, and I'm going to make sure that Make-A-Wish gets that amount. I'm going to donate a month of my earnings to Make-A-Wish. So whether that means I match the amount that we make or I make sure that we get to that amount, and I'm going to probably be contributing that amount regardless. We'll see how it goes. If we like blow that goal out of the water, I probably can't match it. But just that's kind of my thinking. I do plan on donating like a month of my earnings towards this. If you can come hang out with me and help make that happen, I would appreciate it very much. I appreciate you all so much for your continued support. This has been a great year. I haven't even been on YouTube a whole year yet. I can't wait to see what 2024 looks like for us. I wish I could be on live stream with you guys all the time. I honestly truly do. So when we do get these opportunities, I love it. I eat them up. I love it so much. I hope to see you there. Can't wait to hang out with you. Bye guys. Now that that is out of the way, we have a lot to talk about. There have been some major changes. First of all, there were a lot of children born in the world while we were off adventuring with Sir Edward. So there's that, and I'm going to have a live stream. I'm just going to do a pop-up. I can't tell you exactly when it's going to be. It'll probably be somewhere around 1 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know. It's hard for me to say, but I am going to try to do that because we have so much cast and management stuff to do, and I think that would be more fun with friends. So look out for that. Miss Faith aged up. Here's our girl. I believe she has the goofball trait. Yes. So she has the goofball trait. She's super cute. We finally have a little help around the farm. Now you may notice that some Sims are missing. I did say that I was going to not buy for rent until it went on sale or something because I wasn't crazy about it. However, being that our household is always so full, I thought I would try it out. So I did buy it, and we are renting out the little hut over here for Folk and Mary. You may notice we are technically on a different lot. Now, this is going to come more into play as my storyline progresses with the king and the queen, but we needed a bigger lot. I'm just not currently using but like a couple extra tiles that I used to be able to stick this over here. I'm not using the rest of it yet, so you can see how much more room we have. I mean, we were using every inch of the previous lot, and it was about here. So you can see I moved things down. I'm just using a little bit, and then I stuck our horse course over here. Horse course? Okay. I just wanted to get that out of the way, even though I'm not going to advance the storyline and allow them to use that land just yet, but that gives you a little bit of a hint of what I'm thinking for the near future. And we had the baby that you saw there in our little look back at what happened during 1343 while we were off adventuring with Edward. He got home just in time to witness Frederick being born. He is an adorable, calm, and gassy baby. And hiccupy. So he is super cute. You're going to notice we're losing that strong square jawline. These two both have chins. Like you'll see that things are changing. The genetics are starting to die out a little bit. Francis, I think, is going to have the jawline. Hard to say right now, but the other two look way different in comparison. But we now have an heir and a spare. Now, as you saw in our little look back, obviously Joan is not happy about having babies. Like she doesn't really vibe with that at all. So, it kind of goes back to, so she's kind of blaming him like, you need to just stay away from me because I don't want to do this again. And that's kind of why she made him like help her through the birth. And I think he's going to have a newfound appreciation for his wife now. Yeah, that's right, sir. You hear me talking about you, don't you? Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how their relationship develops. Now, note they have bad compatibility together. Relationship's not likely to ever result in like a major love story, That's why I'm open to ideas with the queen. I'm just, with things like that, I really want to follow the history. Like, if he was to have an affair with the queen, he's risking his life doing that. So I just don't know if if he would do that. Now, will they maybe strike up a friendship and something, I'm thinking maybe she can write him letters and stuff. Maybe. We'll see. But things have been out of control with him being gone. So we have our baby girl, our filly. Fancy has aged up. Faith aged up. What else? I have a whole list. The cats have passed away. So we lost both cats. And that's the unfortunate thing about doing the story. I could have done it as just like an extra tidbit. But realistically, with travel time and everything, like he was gone for probably months. So it worked out easier just to kind of axe that whole year. So the cats died. Rosalie had a baby girl, Alexandria. Catherine Wainwright aged up. Willow had twins, a girl and a boy, and we have named them Winter and Wolfgang. Then Eleanor, girl, I was just talking about you. How did you know? Eleanor gave birth to an illegitimate baby girl named Alice. All of these have survived. I did rolls for them. I did record them, but I don't think I'm going to end up sharing them, those clips. Just the way that I ended up doing things. It doesn't really make sense to do that. Edith had Eliza and Edric, and I had to go kill off Edric. I have not done that yet. Like I said, we have a lot of management to do that we're going to do a pop-up live stream for. So I don't think I'm really going to bother doing any of that right now. We're just going to play through a little bit here. We're going to have to think about some marriages around the year like 1346. But we also have the Black Plague coming up. So I don't want to look too far ahead and worry about who needs to get married and stuff because they might not even be alive. So that's kind of where we're at. But we are due for just some time with the crazy family. Now, I'm having some regrets about moving Folk and Mary out. Yes, the household is a little less hectic, but there's also less help. Where did the stinking food go that we cooked this morning? Oh, I guess it is 6 p.m. Oh, that's the other thing. So when I moved the lot, we lost all of our fruits. I lost our full refrigerator full of stuff. I could have fixed that by manually moving everybody. However, because of the number of Sims that were in the house when I originally moved everybody, I couldn't do that. So we're probably going to eat some gruel for a while, which seems kind of sad after spending time with the king and the queen. But we need to reserve a lot of our food for nectar making. So that's, oh boy. I did work on some potty training. Oh, that's right. I don't think Flossie was aged up either the last you all saw her, was she? Oh, I'm failing. As if I could fail harder than I normally do, then I forget about Flossie. So she's angelic toddler. So let me show you everybody really quickly up close in Cass. So here's little Floss. Oh my gosh. But see what I mean about the chin? And the eyes are really sticking brown lately with everyone. The brown eyes are really sticking around. So I actually did change his to a more of Edward's brown, because Edwards are technically brown too. So genetically speaking, what the game is doing is it's giving them brown eyes because both parents have brown eyes, but they're a different type of brown. So I fiddled with his a little bit because they all had like the same color eyes, and I was like, okay. But here's Frederick and Cutie. Oh, she has a hearing aid. Okay, I am all for representation and diversity. However, she's not gonna have a hearing aid in 1344. So don't come at me, okay? Trying to be historically accurate, but this is our girl. Remember, she is Florence's daughter, so Edward's first wife. who passed away. That's that. And then here's Fancy. And we have a black mane and tail instead of brown. I don't want to do it, but I'm probably going to sell Smarty because that's what we said we were going to do. I just feel kind of bad now because Edward and Smarty shared that adventure going to the king and the queen, and Smarty took care of Edward. As a horseback rider, anytime I take like a trail ride adventure on my horse, I feel like my horse took care of me if I come back in one piece. As a horseback rider, that's kind of like the mentality, like, oh, you took care of me today, thank you. So I feel bad about it, but I really wonder what this horse is worth. 2,400 simoleons. Let me know in the comments down below if you think we should let Smarty live out her days with us or sell her. I mean, everything has just fallen apart. So I had him make some nectar. We got to send him down to put it all in the cellar. Girl, feed your child. So Edward and Joan have done the woohoo. I'm not having them like actively try for a child right now. I don't know if Joan would mentally be able to handle another baby right now, but we do have the Black Plague coming. So I'm a little bit concerned that we only have an heir and a spare. Edward kind of like is running late on this in comparison to our previous generations. So that in combination with the plague coming, very concerning because each sim essentially has like a 50-50 chance of dying. So the Black Plague is going to take place in 1348. So we essentially have 4 years. So I think they could do like an every other day woohoo. She doesn't seem to get pregnant like immediately, but I think if we go into the following year and she's not pregnant yet, we might need to push that a little bit, but we'll see. So these kids, it's back to the chaos that we know and love in the Squire household. I have been trying to potty train these children, but I think I've been gabbing too much and they've all peed themselves. So they have this shared space. I don't know why Mary and Folk haven't been here. They were running around while I was playing through the last year. They were like running around here and everything was good. So let's invite them over. It's back to gruel. I guess we can say like something happened to their stores of food, like everything rotted or an infestation of mice or something. The cats died and the mice ate everything. There we go. We could get Folk a cat for his new little house. Come on in, guys. Come on over. Where are you at? Why aren't you coming to hang? So my game was broken, by the way, after the update. I had to do a bunch of stuff to fix us. It wasn't ideal. So I don't know. They're like broken because they're not coming. Why are they broken? I don't understand. Folk and Mary. No. Maybe we should pop over and see them. Make sure everything's okay. Because, do they live there still? Oh, they're there. I don't know why they're not in the shared space. Like the bathrooms, the showers. Like we have that space shared with them. I obviously like don't care if they pay rent. Like it's just, I want them there and I want them around. But I don't want to. They're not here. Oh, our chickens are dying. You know what? That's fine. It happens. Okay, Folk and Mary have like disappeared from existence. I don't know. They were hanging out, so I don't know where they're at. I invited them and they didn't come. I'm so confused. I might have to have them move back in. I don't know. You're all the way over here? Why? Okay, so he still exists, but he wants nothing to do with us right now. You know, that's totally fine. Okay, we're at 10:49 p.m. I mean, the day wasn't totally awful, but we need to see the condition that everybody's in. You're fine. You can just go to sleep in your little bunkie. You all peed your pants, so that's perfect. Our kids are sleeping on the floor, you know, normal Squire things. Right, baby girl is now cleaner and is going to go to sleep. Cloth diapers need to be activated. The kids are going to bed. So she never did accept this baby. She ended up accepting Flossie, I believe. Or no, one of these two she ended up accepting, but I could not get her to accept him. So he's still an unwanted child as far as she is concerned. I don't know. It's rough when she is still a young teen though. 15, no. We're gonna simulate. I will set like a birth year for her and I'll figure it out because there's no way she's still a teen. She shouldn't still be a teen. And you know what? We may just give her a pass on the aging up because I don't even think I intended her to be a teen. So you know what? I think that's why she doesn't want a child too. I'm just gonna age her up. I don't think I wanted her to be a teen anyway. You know what I mean? Like, let's just set her as a young adult now and we'll see if this changes. Okay, yeah, let's just get her all set up. She's gonna not be a freegan or a geek. Doesn't work for the time period. Or cringe. Or an insider. Non-committal, you know? That, I'm sorry, but it fits. Let's give her some enjoyment in her life and make her be a master chef. Maybe she'll find some happiness in her poor little world. We're just going to give her a pass on that because she's just too young. All right. So in this year, we go until Thursday. Remember, everybody came back from the war. I think we're going to do, but I do kind of feel like Edward is one of those guys. Now that he's discovered like this part of his life, I don't think he's going to be around home very much. So maybe we'll just go like a guy's vacation again. So we did that before and they went camping. I'm not prepared for that in this episode though. Maybe I will prepare for that again later. But there's some Sims we haven't seen in a while. I don't know who this West Holding is. A water leak. Dude, there's not even a shower over there. Oh my gosh, you gotta go over there and fix the plumbing, I guess. This is gonna be the pain in the butt thing. I wonder how much it costs to call an expensive contractor. We're so poor, I don't even know if we can. Holy Toledo. No. Oh, come on. It's literally your dad's house. All our chickens are dying. I'm not here for it. I am not. Yeah, repair it. Come on, let's roll. We got places to be. They're like never around. I'm so confused. Oh, we don't have the money to pay our bills. So, speaking of selling fancy. Can you use this? Take a panicked poop. Go for it. Oh, he won't. Okay. All right, go home. Where's your kid? Where's their child this whole time? All right, it's a nasty day. I see we have stuff to do in the garden. However, it's like not a good situation out there right now. We are going to go travel with our daddy-o. I don't even think he knows Huxley. Yes, he does. He really knows Huxley. What am I thinking? Okay, we'll take these guys. Who are you the closest with? Felix? Let's grab Felix too. We won't bring them all. Like we could grab Radcliffe and Rune. Agnes, I feel like should be like old. Speaking of that, I think Thora needs to be like the ages got a little bit messed up at one point. So when we do our big Cass live stream, we might work on Thora as well. So let's go see exactly what these guys have been up to since the war. Huxley didn't go, but Sawyer did. Make a drink for everyone. We're going to go with apple nectar. Wait, is that our nectar? Hold on. Hold the phone. No, we're paying for it, so I guess not. All right, go in here and do that. Rosalie's here. Rosalie, why are you... Oh yeah, he still has to pee. Is he gonna pee his pants while he does this? Probably. He's like, try this new recipe I came up with so I can pee my pants while I'm drinking it. All right, go pee. So the guys here are going to be like catching up. So how was the war? I have been waiting to hang out with you, letting you settle in a bit at home. And Sawyer's like, you are not going to believe me if I tell you, okay? Rune? I found Rune on the battlefield. Rune. The dead guy. Rune. And folks like, nah, you gotta be shitting me. You are pulling my leg. And Sawyer's like, you know what? I will show you. I will take you to him. Folks like, why would Rune... Oh, God. We always say yes unless it makes 0 sense. So these guys are legitimately freaking out at this news that Rune was on the battlefield, and Sawyer's like, I thought I was seeing a ghost, man. I truly did. And then, you know, Edward's like, well, in other news, I met the king and the queen, and my horses are going to get taken away at home. So that's wonderful. So Edward's telling them the story of the king and the queen, and they're just all reminiscing about where they came from, where they've been, how things have just evolved over time. It's truly amazing for them. Edward just ran off to play the harp. He learned that Sawyer is socially awkward. Look at these handsome boys. I mean, hello. The Squire jeans are top tier. Look at his little pouty lip. He's like, I can't believe Rune would do that to us. Why would he do that to our family? And how did he think that we would never find out? Folks probably like, I can't believe he went to war. That he was compelled to do that. It's Rune after all. And folks probably like, did you talk to him? Like, what did he say? And Sawyer's like, no, it was passing thing in battle. We locked eyes and I lost him in the crowd and the craziness of the moment. Oh, look, our arch nemesis is here. Hey, Edward, you have to dislike him too, you know. Ooh, I forgot I downloaded this for reasons. I have been working on a top secret project that's not exactly top secret. The side quests. They take so long, you guys. I'm trying so hard. I wish that I could spend all day, every day playing The Sims and editing videos for you. I was going to punch August in the face, but I think he left. So, bummer. So, yeah, look at this bean. Look at him. Aw, it's like old times. We need a screenshot. Felix, like, booked it, but look at all the handsome Squire men. Now, I don't feel like turning headline effects off, and that's going to upset me. Just a day at the tavern, chit-chatting, reminiscing, and there's no one to give us food. Everyone's going to leave now, so I guess pastries are probably more... We'll say he picked them up in town for the fam. Can you put them in your inventory? All right, head home. We need to make sure the horses have food. They have food. Poor Fun. Well, if the weather was decent, if the weather's decent in the morning, we're going to take Faith on a ride. Oh, we're getting a milestone. So we need to figure out kind of Faith's deal. So Faith's mom died, and then Edward still sees her as an unwanted child. So let's see what her sentiments are with her dad. Difficult dynamic. They simply don't get along like most other family members. They will usually lean toward complaints or even mean interactions. They will also be more likely to form furious sentiments towards each other. She's an unwanted child. Edward is still struggling to come to terms with having this child. How is that going to shape Faith as a person and a human being? I think we should continue the tradition of giving our kids the tools to learn to read and write. So we're going to give her a journal, which I always, without fail, end up losing. So We're gonna have her write in her journal. And then our little heir boy, where are we currently at with him? We have 6 days with him. So next year, next episode, he will age up. That's crazy. It does not feel like he's been around that long. Oh, they're cute. They're very cute. Let's just go ahead and work on some potty training. At least the younger kiddo. See if we can get her to where she's not pooping her pants constantly, you know? Things are definitely a lot quieter with fewer Sims here. So yeah, maybe Edward's going to try to make an attempt, but he still feels a lot of resentment towards her. And like being around the unwanted children is really rough. And Edward doesn't like kids. He hates children. So there's that element as well. And he's really into his nectar. Yeah, come on over. He's really into his nectar and everything. So I think him being out and about and away from the farm and more active makes sense. But he does have to be here enough to make his nectar. He can't be gone all the time. But I think he's going to pretty much make every attempt that he can to just disappear, you know? They really need some money. Oh yeah, I forgot. Come here, buddy. We got things to do. You need to store all non-finally aged nectar. So there's nothing in here right now. And we are supposed to be supplying the castle. So he stored everything. These are all finely aged. But I think we should put like a limit on, like, let's say, okay, he has 4 right now. Let's say the limit for like a shipment in a year to the castle is like 5. Because 4 is 2,220 simoleons. So he's not going to take it all the way to the castle. He's going to like implement. Why can't I put them in the fridge? I used to be able to store them in there. Oh, look at my daughter. What a good baby. So I've been sending them foraging to try to help the stock. Flossie, Flossie. Aw, that was autonomous. You're my favorite. You're my favorite sibling. So I think we're going to try to simulate that they're going to take the stuff in, like into town, and then someone's going to deliver it to the castle for them so they don't have to travel there every time. Occasionally he probably will, not every time. So if the weather's decent in the morning, maybe we'll take Faith with us and we'll take the stuff and deliver it. Now, Mary was super close to Faith, so it kind of makes me sad that she hasn't been around. We're going to adopt as care dependent because I don't know why we haven't already. I think your child was perfectly comfortable not being on the floor. All right. This does seem so much quieter, yet we have 2 toddlers and an infant. It was a little bit hairy for a minute before Edward came back. Like, I didn't bring him back until, like, he was back. So it was just Joan. I moved everyone else out. It was just Joan and the kids, and she was pregnant, and it was terrible. Like, it was bad. Really bad. But now that we have Edward back and we have Faith as a child, because Faith was a toddler at the time, she's able to help with chores and stuff. But whew, that was a rough couple of days. So I physically brought Edward back to the house in Joan's 3rd trimester. Zuri! Now we have to add Zuri to the list of cast makeovers. Let's see if Zuri is going to survive. All right. 9 and 19 for Zuri. Zuri is good. I don't want to say it. Why would I even put that into the universe? I was about to say we've had good luck. A round of good luck for once, which is good right before the plague, but I don't want to jinx it, so. All right, everybody to bed. Everyone to bed. Milton. Oh, who is Milton? Who's Milton? Whose child is that? I don't see him on my list. Milton Squire. So he's got to be a squire. I have a couple of side households I'm no longer tracking. That is a mystery for tomorrow. Alrighty, so I was going to have Edward take Faith out and teach her how to ride, but the horse will not allow us to ride it. This horse is not trained. So Edward has to do a little bit of training, but in the meantime, Faith was riding. She's apparently back now. It is 10:39 a.m. We're, for the most part, mostly all sorted out with our needs right now. Oh, I totally forgot he brought these home. So we're going to ask the horse for cooperation during mounting because, yeah, that's not gonna work for us. A good little lunch for the kiddos there. Let's see if we can successfully mount our horse that we raised. Our first horse that we've actually raised. We have sold a foal before. All right, let's give it another shot. He fell off twice or got bucked off twice, so. Are we good now? Go for a relaxed ride. See if we can get you feeling a little more confident, Fancy. You have things you have to do in this world. You have to be a working horse. Cute. Perf. That's perfect. So he's walking her through the basics. He's like, you're doing good, kiddo. Maybe lower your legs a little bit there. You're on the shoulder of the horse. Why are your legs all the way up there? And this is very nice because when you have a green horse, so you call a horse who is not trained or not trained well a green horse. That means they don't have a whole lot of training. So we have the more experienced horse in the front leading the green horse behind, giving the green horse a little bit of confidence, saying, look, you can do this. We're safe. If I'm being quiet and not afraid of anything, then that means you should probably also be quiet and not afraid of anything. Because horses are herd animals. They have a herd mentality. So if the lead horse here was to spook or the horse behind was to spook, that means they see something dangerous and then the other horse would react to that because that's what they would do in the herd. So having a calm horse leading in the front is highly beneficial. So this is nice because remember, Faith is the unwanted child. So this gives her and her dad a little something to do together. Let's try a little trotting. Let's let the green horse go in the front for a minute and see how she does. Of course, we put the child on the better trained horse. I don't know if we keep the two horses, like we could have a nice activity that the kids could do together too. They could go riding together. Wait for me, Dad. That's exactly what that looks like. Oh my gosh, wait for me. So Edward his thinking is probably, Faith needs to start pulling her weight around the farm. So I think we will get her riding so that she can help with my deliveries. So Dad's feeling pretty good. He's like, the horse that I've raised from a baby is doing very good for its first ride out. Its first real ride. And now he has someone who can help him with the horse training. And give little Smarty some exercise. Although Smarty has really earned her rest after taking Edward all the way to the castle. I'm kind of leaning towards keeping Smarty. 44 out of 50. 6 out of 50. So I think Smarty's about to be an elder horse. Maybe we'll just keep Smarty and maybe we will breed her one more time and then at least we can make a little bit of money off the foal and then we'll keep working on Fancy. That was fun. Am I right? I am making changes and what I eventually want to do is build them an actual barn. and get some more farm animals and change the way that we are doing farm animals with the mod that allows them to be free range. I think that would be good. So our food has gone bad. So clean this up. If you are hungry, you all can grab. They're not, but we... Oh, she's pottying. Nice. Can you potty on your own yet? No. So ask mom for potty help. I did finally download a toy default replacement. So, you know, you gotta have patience with me. I'm slow at some things, and it's fine. It's all right. All right. But before you use your stinking diaper, please ask your mother for potty help. You just leave the child alone and go see this kid. I feel like Edward's gonna be kind of partial to Frederick because he witnessed his birth, and so during this time, that wouldn't have been typical. Like, the man wouldn't typically be that involved in the birth. So that was quite an experience for him. And I think that means he's going to be a lot closer to him now. I don't remember what it is now. However, I did figure out who Milton is. So Milton is Ronan's child. So not one that we are going to worry about taking care of, but Nathaniel did age up to a teen while I was off camera, so we need to do a quick roll for Nathaniel, and Nathaniel has to avoid rolling a 7. He's good. So when we do our live stream, we will be making over Nathaniel as well. And I'm very excited because Henry has to be one of the most beautiful male Sims I've ever seen. I struggle with males. The male features, I don't know, they just don't mesh well, especially when you're talking genetics. Like, if you create your sim and create a sim, it's usually good. Once you start getting the genetics in play with the females, it works out so much better. Males, I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know if it's something with the way that they've done masculine features. I don't know. So let's all grab some of these. You're not hungry. Dad, are you gonna grab some? I don't even know where the option is, like if we wanted to try to accept her. I've gone through this before. Once they reach a certain age, I can't figure out where the option is. Unless he doesn't get it until he's at a certain point. Because she's going to have the unwanted children thing with some of these other children too. Speaking of, I probably should have them woohoo because it's been a couple days and clearly she's not pregnant. So I don't think we're going to get any pets. Come over right now. We're just gonna ignore that he called, you know? I don't know. Something's broken because I highly doubt he's going to actually show up. We do have to go fix this water leak, though. Give a hug. You haven't seen him in a minute. Aw, so cute. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad, where are you going? Maybe I need to make sure that that's still counting as like a shared space. Because they were hanging out and then they stopped coming around. Like when I was playing off camera, they were coming into the shared space. Oh, they want us to mop the puddles too? Are you for real? I guess Dad is retired now and you got to fix all his stuff. How do we feel about them not being in the household anymore? Do we think did the puddles all disappear? Okay. Are we thinking it's something that's working or do we hate it? You know, I feel like it's so much less hectic in the house. So this is all still a shared space. I don't know why they're not coming around. The loading screens are ridiculous. I mean, am I surprised that we ended up having loading screens in this pack? No. Am I disappointed? Yes. All right, let's everyone get ready for bed. And you might need to pop out here really quickly and collect the eggs. But I do think our chickens are all gone. So why can't I buy chickens? That's how you buy chickens, right? I am so confused. I'm just gonna, I'll take some money away. I can't get a rooster though. Am I just stupid? All right, let's take some money away. I got 4. Aren't they like 200 or something? I don't know. Eleanor's a young adult? She has to avoid rolling a 13. So she's good. I don't know. We're having very good luck right now. I'm not going to question it. All right, you are rested, so it's time to come cook some gruel for everybody. The family's probably like, why are we eating this junk? Like, we're going to immediately send Edward to hunt and he can come back and eat when he's done. Let's have breakfast before the baby wakes up. What are you doing? I need you to come out and harvest everything. Collect the honey, collect the beeswax. Okay, I can't drag anything into my refrigerator and I'm about to lose my mind. Why can't I drag items over? Wait, let's try to just drag. There we go. We're back in business. And we're getting to where we can probably start making vegetable. This is going to be a butt ton of money. Like stories? Yep. Back on the flower game. I am feeling better about the food situation. It's going to be a while before we have a teen to help cook and stuff. Edward's got to make the delivery because we did say we're going to do it as if, but we are going to run our own cargo. Let's take Fancy for the training experience. Probably isn't actually going to count as training experience because it's The Sims. It's our last day of the year. I had so much fun this episode. Just really getting to kind of relax. And when Edward comes back, he's going to have to do some more nectar and do a woohoo. Oh, I need to look and see if her feelings changed at all about kids. We're going to be rich again because we have flowers. Oh my God, she has 11 birds of paradise. Holy crap. Wow. We could probably work on our barn, but we don't have the extra land yet. I do have a storyline in mind for that, but it's not currently a thing. Let's have our kiddo go fishing because we did say she has to pull her weight and apparently she can't like clean the horse's hooves and stuff. I thought that they could. All right, Joan. All right, let's clean the shed. You know what? I couldn't brush Mufasa either. So I'm thinking I'm having a bug of some kind. And I have not installed the mod yet for the free range animals. So it's not that. You bored of it already? You didn't even catch anything. Looks like the fish are too... No, go fishing. See, I can't milk. I can't brush, which is not ideal. I thought I got all of the... Oh, good. You caught us dinner. Nicely done. Did her feelings change? Does not want a child right now. I feel like I want to change it. I feel like the storyline that we're going with, the whole situation with Frederick, like that brought her and her husband like closer together. And I think part of the reason why she was hating pregnancy so much and not doing well with the kids was because she just didn't have a good relationship with her husband. And she felt like she was just here as a baby making machine. Perhaps, even though they're not like madly in love and it's never going to be that type of relationship, I do feel like maybe she would be like, okay, like neutral, not wanting and not wanting. So I think I am going to change it. And she's been struggling with this for a long time. So we'll go neutral. We will go neutral. How is he currently feeling about it? He hates children and he's neutral. So yeah, I think let's do a woohoo. I think if she's not pregnant by next year, we have to force it because we do have the plague coming. And we're going to have to really get on them about trying. Like, I would be okay with these Sims coming over, but they always want to chat. Are you out there catching a bunch of fish? Because that's probably too many for the fact that we don't have refrigeration. It's so real, breastfeeding while you're peeing. All right, she has to make some dinner, and then we're going to give her a pregnancy test. Oh, so next episode, Frederick's gonna age up. And eventually, not right away, but towards the end of the episode, Francis will as well. You taking care of the bubbies? Are you gonna play with them? No? Are you putting her to bed? Bro, she has to eat dinner, which I'm sure she's going to love fish head stew. I'm sure that is going to be a great hit with the babies. Girl, are you broken or are you cooking that? I feel like all this good luck is going to catch up with us. Like, we're going to have another string of horrible luck. It seems to be how it goes for me. Like, there's not really a balance to it. Uh-oh. So I have headline effects off. That looked like a pregnancy thing. Shall we do a pregnancy test? And then once she takes this pregnancy test, we're going to call it an episode. We'll see. We're going to have birthdays in the next one. We're going to probably go and see Rune. She's not pregnant. Oh boy. We're going to have to try for like woohoo before we send Edward off to visit Rune. And he'll probably go with Sawyer and Folk, at least Sawyer and Folk. And they're going to go track Rune down and ask him what the hell. I don't think that they're really believing it right now. Like Edward, not so much, like not as invested as Folk probably is, but he's probably like, what? And of course, like Folk has handed down the farm to Edward, so they'll probably like take the horses and ride there. So Edward's just going to join him. Plus, he hates children and he wants to get out of this house. So he's going to take every opportunity that he can to get out of here. I did say I was going to make him make some nectar though, and he didn't make any. So I'm going to make him make one thing of nectar. He needs to take a shower first. Oh my. Or in the morning. I don't know. We had to supply the castle. We just sent, what, 4 bottles? I think we should aim for like 5 a year, but we have to wait for things to age. So we need to get the supply going. So we need to make sure we're putting like 5 in. And they take 2 sim weeks to age, I believe. So yeah, we're not going to have any aged. We were going to send some that weren't finally aged. The king was going to give that to the people at his court. And reserve the really good stuff for his wife. So we can still sell some to them. But that is going to do it for this one. It's 3:19 a.m. I did not realize I was fast forwarding that whole time. So we're going to sort, I'm going to sort them out. We will come back. We will go catch up with Rune. And the next one, try to have another baby, which it's feeling like it's kind of important at this point. Because we're going into 1345 and the plague is in 1348. So we have to get pregnant at least once more and hope for a son. It's looking like the chances are we are going to be going into the plague with only an heir and a spare. And that is not good. Not good at all. Whoops, wrong sim. An heir and a spare, it's just not going to do it. You know what I mean? 50-50 shot that one of them is going to live. That's terrifying. Very scary. But we will see. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm still having a lot of fun with this. I think playing the other games and challenges that I've been playing has really helped me. So I'm not feeling like I'm constantly stressed about decades. But it is still the most time-intensive project that I have. So I appreciate your patience and understanding as we navigate through this. And once again, things are about to really heat up because we have the Black Death looming above us. And we only have an heir and a spare currently. And that is if they both live for their birthdays in the next one. If they don't, well, yeah, I don't know. There's not much more I can say about that besides we would be screwed. But until then, I will catch you all in the comments. Have a good one. I appreciate you.